It's video time! I actually tried to make this video last night when I got home from my soccer game, but at that point I was literally just so exhausted and it was so late that when I went back and I rewatched it before I edited it, I was just like, no, the world does not need to see this, and the poor people who, actually care enough to watch my videos, they deserve better than this. So here we go, it's the next day, take two. So first off, I have 3 announcements. The first of which you might have already noticed. I finally got all of my stuff uploaded from my old blog onto my new blog. This is very good, because then in about 3 weeks or so, when Posterous shuts down, I will not lose all of the posts I have made in the past. So, if you missed out on that stuff, or you just want to see it again, you can do that now. Announcement number 2, you know how every couple of years, my hair kinda starts to irritate me, and so I cut it all off? Yeah, I've reached that point again. Now, I know you can't see my hair right now, and this is deliberate, so before you freak out like Alexa did, no, I have not cut my hair yet. It's still there. So, that was really sweet of her. But I would cut it off now, but I have decided that I'm going to wait until I get back from Germany so that my hair is as long as possible, because I want to donate it again. And I mean, I could do it here, because I mean, what you do is you cut your hair off and then you mail it. So I could still do that here. However, this is me setting a deadline for myself so that my hair is as long as it possibly can be before I cut it off. And announcement number 3 actually also has to do with my physical appearance. There is a grand tradition among, I think it's mostly among high school students and I think college students as well, although I'm not certain about that because I'm not in college. Anyway, this tradition is during spring break to get either a piercing or a tattoo. And I have followed in this grand tradition, but I'm not going to tell you where or what, although I will show you it's not my earlobes. So I will tell you at the very end of the video what exactly happened. Until then, you get to listen to me talk about other stuff, and you get to be very curious. So, yesterday, I had a soccer game, and I also had a soccer game the day before. We did not win either game. We played very, very well both games. The first game was against an opponent who was definitely better than us. But the way we were playing, we played so well. We played just as well as it. I actually think we were playing better than they were. But they got a fluke goal that should have never happened, and we ended up losing 1-0. So that sucked. But I thought it was a very good game. So then yesterday's game ended up in a tie because everybody was just exhausted. I mean, we should have won. But again, we got unlucky and just not enough of our shots ended up in the back of the net. Although I did manage to acquire some new coloration. So I have that, and then I have another pretty decent sized bruise on my hip. It's not that big, that's a slight exaggeration, but only slightly. It is very large and very colorful. My knees are absolutely killing me. It is painful to walk, and steps don't even get me started on steps. I need my knees. They're important. So today I went into the city with one of my friends to get supplies for our mechanical fish project. And then afterwards we went over to her house, and one of our other friends came over, and my friend's sister was also there, and we decided to bake a cake. And we were supposed to separate the egg yolks from the egg whites, which we did. Except then, okay, so we mixed in the egg yolks, because then my friend forgot to like stiffen the egg whites before we added it to the rest of the mix, so it was just like the same if we had just put in, you know, the whole egg. So we're like, okay, we kind of already screwed up the cake, so let's have more fun with it. We were originally planning on making a lemon cake, so we put in lemon juice, we chopped up a banana, that went in there, we put in some cocoa powder, and I think we've also put in some lemon yogurt. That was not a very good cake. Like, it took it forever to cook, because with the egg whites, I keep trying to talk in German. That still doesn't work. You guys don't understand German. So anyway, with the egg whites, I keep doing it. With the egg whites not stiffened, there we go. That's English. With the egg whites not stiffened, the consistency was too liquidy. Also, probably because we added yogurt. I'm pretty sure that didn't help either. So it took like forever to cook, and eventually we had to leave. So we pulled it out of the oven, and it wasn't really done cooking. It was solid, but it wasn't really finished yet. So then we ate it, and it tasted disgusting. Like, we didn't eat the whole thing, but like we each had like a little bit of it, and it was bad. So, and then tomorrow I have another thing with my soccer team. The city has a marathon every year, and we are running like a water table for the runners, so that will be taking up the majority of my day tomorrow. See, originally I had been going to run in it, or kind of, because there's a thing that you can do where it's called the school run, because there's like the whole marathon, and then there's the half marathon, and then there's the school run. And what happens is 7 people, they take the half marathon and they divide it up into 7 parts. They're not equal parts. I think the shortest part is like 1.2 kilometers, and the longest one is somewhere around 4-ish, like 3.9 or something. And then so 7 people, presumably all from your school, but it doesn't have to be. But it has to be students, like young teenage people. So then you divide it all up, and then each person on your team runs a leg. And originally I was going to be a part of one of those groups from my school with some friends from my gym class. And there was, I think, like 8 people who were interested in doing it, but then it turned out that a bunch of them couldn't because they were going to be all away on vacation and stuff, so that kind of sucks. So, but instead I get to help out with this stand with my soccer team, so that's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And then the next day starts my internship at the airport. I am like ridiculously excited for this. At bare minimum, expect at the end of the week to hear about this, because if it is anywhere near as cool as I'm expecting it to be, it's going to be freaking awesome. Oh, and I almost forgot, because now I'm at the end of the things I need to talk about. My piercing / tattoo. Yeah, I think you all know me well enough to know that I'm not a tattoo person, so I got a piercing. Be prepared to be really, this is going to be anticlimactic. It's just, I got the top of my ear pierced. You can't really see it that well, so I guess I'll post a picture, and then I'll talk over that for a minute.
So, yep, I got my ear pierced. I think the worst part about it is that I always have to wear these bobby pins in my hair, because otherwise if I don't, then my hair gets tangled around the backing, and then that kind of hurts when I have to untangle that. That's rather unpleasant. Um, I know this seems very spontaneous, but it's really not. It's something I've kind of had on my brain for quite some time now. I was just never really courageous enough to act on it, which clearly I have now done. And have no fear, this was done with the permission of both my host parents and my real parents. So this is not just like, whoa, you have a piercing. This is not okay with us. I have cleared that with them. It's all good there. Although I am definitely having moments where I just kind of go, wow, okay, I have now a hole in my ear, and it wasn't there X amount of time ago, depending on when I'm having this thought. So that's kind of amusing. And yep, that's all of my news for now. So I hope you all have a wonderful life until next time. Bye!